Okay, so now the camera is live. See this camera right here? And then this camera is live,
Gotcha.
right? And normally you've got a case. You don't have loose boxes, but you have a case of product, kind of like the Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that that you have in your shop. All right, everybody. So this is a 40 boxer, and we are live. This is our 9th 40 boxer. 40 boxes of this right now is about, well, they're $250. So what are they, $10,000 right now? Isn't that crazy? Like 10 grand for 40 boxes. When they first came out, they were $50 each. All right, guys. So I got my friend Kobe with me. He's going to help me out because I need some help with football and basketball coming up. So I figure, you know, if he likes it, if he enjoys it, maybe we'll go ahead and do that. So please go ahead and type in the chat. There's only 3 people watching right now, but we'll definitely pick up. But yeah, having said that, let's go ahead and do it. So we do have 40 boxes. You guys can count along with me, but what in the hell? So yeah, 40 boxes. Okay. So it's, you know, it's just a smaller baseball product. This was a Topps.com exclusive, which Topps has the baseball license. And so they put this out on their website. Each box has at least one parallel and at least one auto. And you're looking for the big 4 main rookies. If you're not really big on baseball, you probably wouldn't know them. But Fernando Tatis is the biggest one, and he's for the Padres. He's card 410. There's a Urias rookie. His base card has gone for as high as $600. Just this, $600. He's got autos in here that are crazy rare. Oh man, look at that. Ryan Braun, he's a cheater. He's a cheater. He cheats. 6 of 25 on the Braun, so that's a nice orange. The colors that they have are orange, purple, and red. The purple's 10, the red's 5, and then there's a super, but not every card has a super. Nick Schupo, he's a Ray. Nick Schupo. The green autos are to 50, but there aren't green base cards, only autos. 39 out of 50 on the Schupo. He's got the Tatis spot. I don't think there is a Tatis super, only because that's probably a Topps Chrome card, so there might not be one. But I could probably pull you a red, or I could pull you the super auto, assuming it hasn't been pulled. Nick Birdie rookie. So basically, there's 700 cards in a set. You get 32 of them in a box. So the odds of hitting a single guy is like 1 in 20 boxes, you know? And we're opening 40 boxes, so you want to hit 2 of everybody, right? There's 32 cards, but one's a parallel and one's an auto, at least one. But, of course, a parallel could still be your guy. Kikuchi rookie. So cards like this, they're like, you know, anywhere 30 to 50, kind of your big rookies. There's a couple of the guys that are like that. So that was a good pack. It wasn't the greatest box in the world, but it was a good pack. So when I get done, I'm going to have all these base cards, and I sort them by number in this break. A lot of your breaks are going to be by team, basketball team, football team, baseball team. But in this product, because it's so expensive, Mosstown, what's happening? I like to do player because it for $13.99, somebody got Kikuchi and they're already in the, you know, or somebody got Ryan Braun, they've already got a parallel. Ran Matendo. He bought 50 spots, and he got the biggest spot in here. Jacob Nix, we call him Who Let the Dogs Out, because he got drunk and tried to break into somebody's house through their doggy door. They caught him, kicked the shit out of him, and hit him with a stun gun. I don't know if he's ever going to be able to play again.
Wow.
I mean, he might be done. I mean, you don't want that guy. What's up, guys? These are the ever faithful. They're in this break, but you know, sometimes they just come to watch and hang out and talk. I don't usually have the biggest chat rooms. There's a couple bigger guys. They haven't necessarily been doing this as long, but they went bigger. You know, they hired a bunch of breakers and stuff like that. I've had a really hard time hiring breakers. I've tried, but it just hasn't worked out for me. Anthony Rendon, you watching the World Series? No. Well, never mind then. Kevin Kramer, rookie auto. And Brandon Lau for the Rays. He's a Ray. Alonzo, yeah, I saw you hit Alonzo. That's pretty cool. I've got one guy, he got almost half the break. Just crazy money on this. And he's got Los Angeles, orange Los Angeles, 7 of 25 for the Dodgers. He's got Vladdy. He's got the Vladdy spot. So there's 4 big guys, but there's a bunch of really small. Well, not small, but not as big as the 4 big ones. One is Tatis. He's for the Padres. One is Pete Alonso. He won the home run derby. And then one is Vladdy, who didn't have the greatest year based on expectations. He's probably going to come in second in Rookie of the Year voting. And then one is Eloy Jimenez, who also didn't have as great a year as I thought he would. Not a bad year, but I was expecting more from him.
You say breakers keep getting high by UPS.
Yeah, that's because of Brian. Yeah. Victor Robles, Brian, he worked with me forever, but then, he's got 4 kids, so he needed the insurance and the benefits. 2 cent. Yeah, I did get 3D actually, but the reason I didn't put it up, one, I'm just behind on everything, so I was a little bit upset. I did get 3D. But I was kind of disappointed in the current prices, like $60 a box, which obviously is a win because I spent 20 plus tax and shipping. Daniel Norris, 8 of 10, but I really think it's a much better product than that, So I think it's gonna go up, but I would run it at 60. That's not a problem, but I was just really disappointed. I thought it would be at least 75, $100, honestly. But I did get 3D. Plus, I'll be able to buy more from Fish too. Bryce Harper and Hunter Renfroe. So that is box 3. So anyway, Kobe's here, and he's big on football and basketball. So I'm gonna try see if I can get him into some of my football and basketball stuff that's coming up. Reese Hoskins, and then I just start getting him buying the product, And if I can get him breaking, even if it's just in another room, just set him up in another room, he could be breaking football and basketball while I'm doing baseball. Andrew Miller for the Indians, 9 of 10. I think that would be nice. Yeah, I didn't open mine, but I did get them in. I don't know when because I've been in Washington. But Ray Black. When I left, I didn't even have tracking. And when I came back, they were already here. So I don't know. I checked Friday and no tracking. And then I got back and there he is. There's the Vladdy. And they were here already. Mike Trout. That's a nice card. Albert Pujols. So the Vladdy is like it was like a $300 card. I'm not exactly sure what it is right now. In that box right there, do you see, is there one of those that has anything in it, or are they all closed? Yeah, hand that to me. Oh, there's not many. Any left in there?
One's at the bottom.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. All right, well, So, what I do here, this is. Yes, I did. I went to game 4. I went to game 4 of the World Series. I went to Saturday's game. And I had a great time. I'd never been to the World Series before, so I was pretty pumped. So there's our first hit. First, big hit. So this base card is worth more than the autos. It's actually worth more than all those autos put together. Just a regular base card of Vladdy Guerrero. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. So that was the one out of the 40.
Yep. And so one person has that spot, and now we've got him a hit, and the spot cost him $13.99, and that card's like $300.
So is it one or is the?
Oh, I mean, we've hit as many as 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Shin Soo Choo to 25, and there's guys that won't hit. That's the crazy thing. It's just
luck.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So that's why a team a lot of times is more desirable, because even if your big card doesn't hit, you're going to get something. But in this, about 10, 12% of the guys don't hit, because your odds are 2 cards a player. But in reality, some guy gets 5, some guy gets none. You know? But you go into it eyes wide open. Yeah, I saw the one Grand Slam by Brendan Rodgers, rookie. I think that was the only Grand Slam in that one. Super lame 10-year reunion. David Fletcher. I don't know. I came in, I did the same thing. I was like, where is it? Now, I think last year the same thing happened. It wasn't on the website right away. G-Man Choi. Taylor Ward for the Angels. So I don't know, but I was thinking the exact same thing you're thinking. Where is it? 8 of 10. Juan Soto, but it'll probably show up, eventually. Yeah, but I saw Bregman. Bregman hit a Grand Slam. I wish it was Alvarez. I saw Alvarez hit a home run in the second game, but I wasn't, or not the second game, but the third game in Washington, but I wasn't there. I was actually in the airport because they delayed my flight. My flight was 7:30 to Tampa in the airport, and it was delayed till past midnight. It was terrible. Kyle Tucker, and of course Teaspoon had school the next day. So his mother's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Woman, what am I supposed to do? I can't, I can't just see this base card's like $50. And there's some that are even more, 70. But the big 4, those are your big ones. But in a year, the big 4 might fall off, although I highly doubt it. But they might. And a couple of these guys that are, the $50 cards, they're going to be $200, $300, and then some of them are going to be $2, $3, it just based on performance. You have Tucker? That's awesome. Well, you're on the board. Nick Senzel, that's another good one. Nick Senzel for the Reds. This is the premier product, and I don't have, I'm not out, but I can't get any more. What I have is what I have, and that I hate it when that happens. Brendan Rodgers, I think that's at least his second. Brendan Rodgers. Hey, Chris Shaw's not bad, man. Chris Shaw's not bad. He must not have had the best year ever, but he was definitely a top prospect when he first came out. So, give him time. Remember when Mike Trout came out, his first year, a lot of people were selling. They were like, you know what? This Mike Trout dude, he's just not going to cut it. And look at him now. But if you could go back to the forum and look at what people were saying about Mike Trout in 2011, whew, it wasn't nice. Clayton Kershaw, people were selling, giving up on him, everything. So you never know. Giancarlo, Chris Davis. So right now it says I've got 23 people watching, but I'm also live on Periscope on Twitter. And I don't usually have very many people on there, but I might have another 10 or so on Periscope. And their chat won't show up over here, but it will show up over here. So sometimes you gotta really watch. Five through 8's on it, but what I'm shipping right now, is in being packaged right now, is Topps Update. Those Topps Update breaks, but they're pretty fast. But that's another reason we've got Kobe here, because I need help. You can't fire everybody and then get everything out on time and go to the World Series, which I did feel bad about going to the World Series and being behind on shipping, but I didn't feel that bad. You know what I mean? It's the World Series. When am I going to have that opportunity? I always wanted to go, so I kind of jumped on that. So I've just got so many irons in the fire right now. So I'm bringing on more people to kind of help me out. But Kobe's definitely a type A personality, and he's big on football and basketball, so it's like all the things that I needed. Steven Gonsalves. Auto. Yeah, definitely hang on to your rookies. Absolutely. This they still have this at 199. It's probably because they've been buying it at the same time as they've been selling it, and a lot of people would just rather sell to them, not make quite as much money as they would on eBay, but it's stress free. You know, you don't have to worry about blowouts saying their product didn't arrive or trying to return it. Alex Wood, 18 out of 25, so it's worth the peace of mind's worth a little bit of that money, you know. So they've been buying it at what, 150? And if they've got enough, they'll sell me more. I haven't actually asked, so I should ask. You know, so if they're buying it at 150, 160, I can probably get it from them at website. They won't give me any more deals on it, unfortunately, but I can still get it at website. The ticket was given to me. I was given 2 tickets to the World Series. You believe that? That's pretty awesome, right? Yes, I am doing update tonight. It's right after this. This break actually won't take very long. Generally, it takes about an hour. So I would say in about an hour, we'll start update. And I will do both. They're only like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So we'll be done with all breaks in like 2 hours. Rowdy Tellez for the Blue Jays. And then this is a nice one. Austin Riley. That's another big auto. I want to say he's like, if you got the top 4, the 4 I told you about, he's probably 5 or 6. I mean, he's really a good one. Yeah, it was crazy, right? Caleb Joseph to 1425, and don't just stand there, Buster Posey. Yeah, so I got to go and I got to take my godson. Oh my goodness. So this is a base card, right? It's not one of the parallels. It's not an auto. It's gone for as much as 600. I think right now it's like 400 or so. But it's the off season. You know, as soon as January comes around, and people start thinking about what am I trying to spring training? This is going to shoot back up again. It's probably going to climb another 20%. It'll probably, if it's at 4 now, it'll probably go to 5. And then if he starts off hot in spring training, you know, it'll go 6 or 7. And then if he starts off hot in the regular season, it'll hit $1,000, you know? And so that's what's going on. But if you think this is crazy, wait until you see some of the basketball stuff with Zion.
Man. Oh, man. He's out for 6 weeks.
It doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter. Fernando, actually, that probably helps it a little bit because the market for him is insane.
Yeah.
Just insane. All right, so we've got a Tatis and a Vladdy. So we've got 2 of the top 4. It makes me happy. But yeah, that was my very first World Series, the first one ever. I was pretty pumped. I would tell you who gave me the tickets, but the person who gave me the tickets asked me not to say. But I guess they heard me talking about how I really would like to go to a World Series, and they were like, here you go. And I said, thank you very much. And I bought some plane tickets, and I went to the World Series. So that's why I didn't talk about it in advance, because, you know, I'll tell you. I didn't want to tell everybody, you know. 1 spot off from Tatis. That's crazy. Isn't it AJP who keeps doing that? Oh, Eloy's a good one. Yeah. Normally I hit a lot of Eloy. Of course, I shouldn't say that until we actually start hitting him. Clayton Kershaw. Miles Straw. So I keep a camera right on my hands. That's how I've always done it since, you know, I've been doing this for 10 years. And so I keep a camera just on my hands at all times. Glaber. And I've done it before. I've had 2 cameras before, but just in the last year or so, I added this one. Just because some people on Twitter were like, you should have another camera. And I was like, bro, I've been doing this for a decade. I deserve the right not to have another camera. And they were like, but why wouldn't you? So I thought about it, and I got another camera. Jan Gomes, John Gant, 2 of 25. You know, they're calling Alvarez Jordan, which I think is crazy because I know his mother named him Jordan, but still. So I'm gonna say what the announcers say, but I know it's Jordan. You better tell him what your mama said. Yeah, it wasn't my team. Although my team has been, I couldn't go to that one, so I'll go to this one. And I like both teams. I was in Washington, so I was rooting for Washington, but I like them both. Kurt Suzuki, 17 out of 25. Jacob deGrom. So I had a blast. I had a great time. My godson, he was not as impressed. He wanted to stay in the hotel room and play Fortnite. But me, I was just so excited. There's another guy. Okay, so we've got 3 of the top. Brandon Lau. That's a nice card. Brandon Lau. 34 out of 50, Brandon Lau. That's a nice card. I like Brandon Lau a lot. He was injured. He had a shot at the Rookie of the Year too. But this is Pete Alonso. He broke the rookie home run record, and he won the home run derby. But he's 25. That's like his biggest drawback, or really his only drawback. He's just too old, you know. But he's not too old. That's what a lot of people feel, you know. He's just too old, but he's not. I mean, he's not even going to come into his own until he's like 32. You know, that's when he's going to get his crazy power. So, you know. But most prospects, like you got a couple, like Alvarez is 20? Juan Soto's 21. You know, a lot of your guys are really young. Tatis is really young. Vladdy's young, but this guy, you know, he's 25, so people say he's old. I wish I was breaking home run records at 25. Carlos Correa, he hit a home run. Paul Goldschmidt. Chris Paddock, that's a nice one. He was really hot early on. I think he's going to have a great career, Chris Paddock, his pitcher. Trevor Richards. As a Mets fan, that's a drawback. Steve Pearce, 10 of 25. Steve Pearce. Is Mike Yastrzemski older? I think Mike Yastrzemski is a great prospect too, just because I wrote him off. I really did. I wrote him off, and I kind of wrote Fernando Tatis off too. I didn't write off Vladdy, but I did write off Yastrzemski just because, you know, kind of like I wrote off Ripken, which obviously was for good reason. And why I wrote off all the Bigios, and now Cavan's a monster. You know, it's just, I feel like we only collect them because of their, you know, their lineage, you know, their family name. But, yeah, it's pretty good. Charlie Blackmon. I like Yastrzemski, though. I do. Here's another Juan Soto. Ozuna, Marcell Ozuna. 9 of 25, Juan Soto. He's a beast. Carter Kieboom. Look at that. The Carter Kieboom spot. That's just not right. Now, his auto was actually pretty cheap. Somebody said it was only like 50 or 60 bucks. That's a steal. Do not sell Carter Kieboom's auto for $50 or $60. Of course, somebody's going to watch this on YouTube 5 years from now, and Carter Kieboom's going to be selling French fries at McDonald's, and they're going to be like, "You're an idiot." But as of right now, today, do not sell him. But his base card's like 30. Alex Bregman, that's the Grand Slammer. Wow, Yastrzemski's 29? Mike Yastrzemski? I was not aware of that. Here's another Kyle Tucker. That's your second Kyle Tucker. What you gonna do? So some people bought a lot of spots, and a lot of spots at at $13 is, you know, it adds up. The person that has Tucker bought 26. You know, so 26 spots by 13 is what, 300 and, you know, almost $400. Actually, it's probably over 400, isn't it? 26 times 14. Well, about, what's it, 360? So anyway, it's up there. But 2 Kyle Tucker cards is like 100-ish. You know what I mean? So with just one guy and 2 cards, they've already gotten back over a quarter. Yeah, 360, yeah. Good job. I knew what I was talking about. So, you know, just one guy can make you hit his auto, and bada bing, bada boom, one guy made all your money back, you know? And then some people will have joined this, and they just, you know, they're going to be mad at me tomorrow. Or their wife's going to be mad at me, or their husband, or whatever. Ryan Yarbrough, 22 out of 25. And I have gotten more than one email, do not sell spots to my husband anymore. And my response is, would you rather him being, buying drugs or, visiting the ladies or, you know what I mean? I mean, if baseball cards are his vice, consider yourself lucky. Kikuchi auto, that's a nice card right there. Kikuchi. Carter Kaiboom and Kikuchi. And then who let the dogs out? Jacob Nix. But it didn't work because neither one of them joined my breaks after that. But one of them I did see like a year later join somebody else's break. So apparently his wife didn't get to that person. Brandon Lau. It's a nice card. Evan Longoria. He's not a Ray anymore. Yeah, he bought over 300. He buys a lot of spots. But he says this is his favorite product. So, and he got Vladdy. So he bought 300 spots, right? 299 spots at $14. What's that? No, $299 at $14. So $4,000, right? But the Vladdy spot has in the past, maybe not this break, but has made that all by itself. So excuse me. Framber Valdez rookie, that's an orange Framber Valdez, 2 of 25. So like if we hit a color Vladdy and then a color auto, you could legitimately get your money back just there. In one break we had an orange auto of Vladdy, and then another break. Did we hit a red of Vladdy? Maybe not. But anyway, you can legitimately get all your money back with just that one guy. DJ Stewart, and then all your other guys are gravy. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. Right, yeah. Jesse Winker. He's talking about the Tatis spot where he just destroyed the Tatis spot one night. The Tatis card at the time was like $500, and he had 5 of them plus an auto, so he made like $5,000 on a $13 spot. But you can't look at it that way. You have to look at it like I could lose my $13.99, or I think that break was $12.99. There's our third Kyle Tucker. So now she's got 3 cards at something like $150, and almost half her money tied up in one guy. Carter Kaiboom. So, but you still have to be lucky. It doesn't work out any other way. Now look at the Ozuna guy. So this guy has Ozuna, which is not a big card, right? But now he's got an orange and a purple. That's really rare. 10 of 10. 10 of 10, Marcell Ozuna. So, it's fun, but you got to be able to take a loss. I've got 4 spots in this. I don't have anybody I don't have Marcell Ozuna, so. Mostown is my staff's favorite person. The ones that I haven't fired. Castellanos. Salvador Perez. But I mean, legitimately, with baseball or football and basketball, there are breakers that break just football and basketball, right? Mm-hmm. Brad Keller, and they make 6 figures. No lie. But you got to build up to it, I mean, and they break like insane, I mean, they're breaking product after product after product. But you got to think about it. I move a little over $2 million of product a year. So you say, well, how much of that, is going to be a profit? And you want to be at least around the 5% range. So what's 5% of 2 million? J.A. Happ, 16 out of 25, and there he is again, Jacob Nix. Former staff favorite. Christian Yelich, that's a league leader's Christian Yelich. So you see what I mean?
Right, yes.
And every once in a while you get a product where you can make good money on, but also there's product where you have to lose. You have to be willing to lose on a product. I'll buy 10 cases of something sometimes, and by the time I get it in, it's worth less than what I paid.
Gotcha.
And that's just, you know what? You can't sit on it. You've got to be able to break that product and move on, get what you can, and move on and take that loss. Because what do they say? Take the L, and then tomorrow gonna come back. That's what I do every once in a while, and I try to limit that. But every once in a while, I have to sell a product at a loss, and then the next product's gonna be better. That's just. He can't remember his name. Dylan Bundy. Ray Stadium car. I already hit the sewer. Bryce Wilson. Chris Sale. I remember that. 3 of 5 on the Malik Smith for Seattle. That's a nice card. 3 of 5. So there's your red. There's a super 2. I don't know if we'll hit one, but we usually hit one in every other break. Sometimes it'll be a couple breaks we won't hit one, and then sometimes we'll hit 2 in one break. But Chris Bryant, those are the coolest cards ever, in my humble opinion. Rosel Herrera. What is it that Victor Robles? What is it Trump says? In my what did Trump say? Something about as the smartest person in on the planet or something like that. In my supreme opinion, or my unerring opinion, or something like that. That's what I'm gonna say from now on. In my perfect opinion. Miguel Cabrera, David Fletcher. Yadier Molina. Crash Davis. Woo! Eloy Jimenez auto. So we haven't hit his base, but we just hit his auto. And that's another Juan Soto. I don't know what the Juan Soto is. It's like maybe a $10 card, but we've hit 4 of them. And it was $13.99. You know what I mean? All right, 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I got to grab some... one touches. Okay. All right. Your job. You don't have to actually hold them. You can just put them down by the sun.
Okay. I was waiting for you to tell me.
But I mean, you can if you want to.
What, hold them?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Do I take the wrapper off now? Or
Nah.
just wait? Okay.
Yeah, just wait. Yeah, I heard that. I heard they did. I was not at the game that Trump was at. That's right. My great and unmatched wisdom. Thank you very much. I was wondering what exactly it was. My great and unmatched wisdom. And I'm not trying to bash the president. The way I see it, he's our president, and that's all there is to it, right? I'm not trying to bash him. So if anybody's like, that son of a... JD Martinez, card number 23. He's got a lot of cards in this. 3 out of 25. He's got like 2 league leaders or 3 league leaders, like a World Series card. There's a lot of stuff. I'm not one of those not my president guys. You know what I mean? I mean, he's my president. Kyle Tucker. But if they impeach him, Mike Pence is my president.
It's the truth.
So that is my fourth Kyle Tucker. So look at that. 4 times 50, $200. Just one guy. Isn't that crazy? G-Man Choi, Andrelton Simmons. Yeah. I was not at that game. I could have, because I was still in Washington. but I wasn't at it. But the games, man, they were really, really fun. Well, the game was really fun. Yeah, I think that's going to be the next promotional item I'm going to buy is put my my logo on the knife and start giving those out. Glaber. I always wanted to be something that people actually use. You know what I mean? I mean, I do cards. I do my logo, and then I do an old vintage Houdini auto. Well, a Houdini card, and then I sign them. But I mean, you know, you can only do that so many different ways before people get kind of sick of it. Nick Schufo. So that's our second Schufo auto. Nick Schufo. Yeah, I had a great time. I love the monuments. I've just always had a blast at the monuments. So we went to the monuments. 5 of 10. And we did that. We went to the monuments and we rode the subway, the metro, just, you know, everywhere. But we had a good time.
Was this Washington?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a lot of walking.
Yeah, it was a lot of walking.
Get this scooters?
No, because, you know, Teaspoon's only 10. So.
You look so happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can find something cool. Maybe this one. Yeah. Yeah.
He's right there, first straight.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I had a great time. I really did. This is him. This is what he wanted to do. This was the picture he wanted to take. That's us getting on the subway at the airport. Ronald Reagan has a metro station at the airport. So this is him on his. He's like, look, I'm sitting. Our seats were in the 300. We were 306. So they were great seats. Who's that though? Look at that. So that spot. That's like it was $350 card. I've seen it go as low as $295. But even if it's $295, 2 of those is $600. Mm-hmm. And they spent $14 on the spot. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I like about this product. But not everybody gonna get one of those big guys. So if you don't get the big guys though, you could still get color. You know. And then by putting these stickers on them, I get a little marketing.
And that's from the buyers, right? Because you post those up?
Yeah, I'll post them up. I won't post up every card because, you know, I've pulled so many of these by now that it would look a little crazy. But I'll probably post up the autos and stuff like that. But a lot of times when they get them, they'll post them up again, you know. And so then it'll be on their Twitter and their Instagram and it'll have my sticker on it. And sometimes when they sell them, they leave the sticker on there because then they say, look, it's straight from the pack into the One Touch. And then the breaker put their sticker on it and it's been sealed ever since. And that helps them sell it because, you know, then the person buying it knows it hasn't been manhandled or, you know what I mean? Came from the pack, the breaker put it in a One Touch, put a sticker on it, and then they can sell it and say fresh, pack fresh. Yeah, I've been to, we've done the Home Run Derby. The Home Run Derby is a lot more fun than the All-Star Game. And me and Teaspoon and even Leaky, we've been to the Home Run Derby twice now. But remember one year I broke live for Topps at the All-Star Game. I think it was last year, actually. I asked them if they'd let me break this year, but they've got a new guy in charge of all that, and he didn't return any of the messages, so I guess they didn't want me. I've never been to a Super Bowl. That's still on my list, but yeah, well, I mean, the way I look at it, it's nothing but a plus, you know. Brad Keller, 2 of 10. And the stickers, they'll peel right off. They're easy peel. But they're not reusable. If you peel that sticker off, it's going to come off easy, but it's not going to go back on. You know, it's not that kind of easy peel where it just comes off and goes back on. It'll come off and not leave any marks, but it's ruined. Jacoby Jones, 8 of 25. I mean, I could take it off if I do it right now. I can get it off, but by the time you guys get it, there's no way. So you get it and put it back on untouched, you know what I mean? The sticker. But if you don't want the sticker, it'll come off and the one touch is still, you know, still good. Garrett Cole, Kevin Kramer. So, we've got Pete Alonso, Eloy Jimenez, Pete Alonso, Fernando Tatis, and Vladdy Guerrero. So we hit all 4 of the big 4. And we've hit Pete Alonso twice. And look at all this we have left. This is what we have left. I mean, that's a lot of boxes. I don't know how many. 22. You like that? See, that's why we keep. Yes, update is breaking right after this. I'm halfway done with this break, so I should be done in about half an hour, and then we'll be half an hour-ish. Look at this pack, though. Look at that. Austin Riley rookie and Acuna. That's a great pack for nothing but base cards. I have a few more boxes, but I don't know if I want to keep doing these. If Card Markets hadn't bought half, we might not be full yet, you know. Danny Salazar, they started to slow down a little bit. And I don't want to get into the point where I've got one of these open and it's not filling. But I do have more boxes, so I was just going to do teams. Teams I think will fill without any trouble. Carter Kieboom, even if for some reason I've got to go 2 days on a team, it'll still fill, you know. No, I don't. I know it's out in some Targets, but it's not online yet. So I don't know anything more than you do, really. Brendan Rodgers and Nick Senzel. That was a good pack. But I will break it. I don't have any, you know. I do have 3D though, so we might do 3D tomorrow. What would you guys think about like a 20-box 3D break? One like this, you know, card number, because there's inserts too. Oh, this is GOAT, right? Yeah, man. So this is what I was going to do. I didn't do that, obviously. I know you know that. I didn't do that on purpose. I came back from the World Series and I grabbed that list I had and I just forgot that I was supposed to add you on. So this is what I was thinking about doing, giving you the 4 spots I have in this for free and then sending you a refund for your spot. So my spots aren't great, obviously, but you might hit color. But then you get 4 spots for free and a full refund. You know, because that obviously wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, we'll probably do some Halloween mixers. I saw your post in the thread. I haven't read your messages yet, but I did see your post in the thread, and my response was shit. You know, shit, because I don't think we'll do another one of these, at least not soon. So I figure I'll refund you and still give you my 4 spots. Astudio Tortuga. Auto, that's a nice card. Aaron Judge. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously they're selling for 60, so I'd probably run them at 60. I think that's a good deal because I think they're $100 boxes. In my opinion, I think they're $100 boxes down the road. So the Brewers, 7 of 25. I could be wrong. You know, maybe they're not going to be as popular as I think. But remember, I told you that these were a steal at 150. So, I think I'm right. I'm pretty confident that they're $100 boxes. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, right. Brandon Bell. I think they're gonna be $100. If you can get them right now on eBay, I think somebody was selling like 10 for for $550. I think I would jump all over that. I really think I would, because it's a good product and it's got the big autos, or the not autos. It has no autos, but it's got the big rookies. You know. And here's a big plus. These boxes are sealed. They're sealed this year. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. In that box right there, can you hand me one of those things in the bubble wrap? So check this out. These are the 3D sets this year. They're sealed now. See? Normally they're open. And the problem with last year's, and the reason you shouldn't buy last year's, is last year's came basically like this. It's a Tops on Demand box, but basically it came like this, and it wasn't sealed. The only seal was this sticker, right? That was it, bro. That was it. And as you can see, you can pull that sticker off and then put it back on. So you could take the sticker, go through the cards, pull out the Acuna, replace it with, Joe Blow, and sell it as sealed on eBay. And that's what people were doing. Even the people that were selling it honestly, people were buying theirs, opening them, people were buying theirs, opening them, and then selling them again. So this year they're sealed, so that's a big plus. I don't have all those products anymore. Elias, 22 out of 25. Something just fall over. Oh. Yeah, I think Sammy pulled that down. Sammy pulls down all the shower curtains. And probably just a box fell over. It's all right. Colby Allard. Syndergaard. So anyway, I got mine in, so we can definitely do some. And I can get some more from Blowout because I know they bought some too. And it's crazy. They were $20 and they did not sell out. I mean, they sold out eventually, but they didn't sell out. It wasn't a quick sellout. I didn't get them on day one. I bought mine, a day or two later. And then when I went back to buy more, they were gone. But you definitely had a chance to get the 3D. That's for sure. All right, I'm going to tell you, I think it's a horrible product and you shouldn't buy it. But as a representative of, Blowout, it might be fun. Blowout's not involved, don't get me wrong. But they are putting out an advertisement for it. It might be fun if you can get it at a price that you enjoy and yada, yada, yada. And if you hit the right guy, it's definitely a winner. But I would not touch Bowman Chrome X with a 10-foot pole. And here's why. It's going to go for way more than it should. Because people have seen products like Sapphire. Sapphire came out at $50 and now it's $250 or $230, whatever it is. Topps 3D came out at $20 and now it's, $60, and I think it's going to keep going up. People have seen the first off the line from Panini and they're like, you know what? This is a product I need to get behind. And it's a really big mistake. It's a really big mistake. It's not a good product. And I'll tell you, here's a couple reasons why it's not a good product. Steven Gonsalves, 11 of 25. They're Chrome cards, and Chrome cards should be done with Beckett, not PSA. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Beckett anymore because of some of the stuff that's happened in the hobby. But using graded service at all was a mistake. That was mistake number one. Mistake number two, some of the cards are 9s. You know what I mean? Austin Riley. That's mistake number two. Mistake number three, they went with green. All right, now the X Fractor part I get. It's Bowman X Fractor. I'm okay with that. But green is like the worst color you could have used. 10 of 25, nobody really likes green. I like green, but I'm not everybody. You know what I mean? Kyle Freeland at 25. So that's mistake number 3. Mistake number 4, and this is the big one. This is the huge mistake. This is the mistake that it's going to be hard to recover from. Okay? Somebody advised them on the checklist. All right? Not so much the rookies. The rookies, you know, they got the big ones in there, and they got a bunch of guys they shouldn't have, but they got the big ones. But somebody sat down and compiled a list of 65 top prospects. Okay? And that person was knowledgeable enough about the hobby to know top prospects, right? But they had no knowledge in Bowman or prospecting or anything, because not a single one of the prospects is first Bowman. None of them. And there are first Bowman guys in Bowman Chrome they could have used, and they didn't. You know, it's wonderful to use Nolan Gorman, but it's not Nolan Gorman's first Bowman. So even if it's numbered to 31 and it's a PSA 10, so, you know what I mean? I mean, Nolan Gorman's a great prospect, but if you want to prospect him, you're going to his first Bowman, not his third. There's also no chase, which is your auto, so that's mistake number 5, but it's really nothing compared to mistake number 4. Mistake number 5, there's no chase. The only chase is in the checklist, is in the guy. You know, do you get Fernando Tatis's rookie, or Pete Alonso's rookie, or Austin Riley's rookie, or do you get one of the prospects, which is horrible, or one of the horrible rookies? You know what I mean? That's the only chase, and that's a bad chase. I mean, we've learned since the 80s that chase drives product. There should be some chase. You know, throw in something, you know, a pink to 3. You know, if your cards are to 31, throw in a pink to 3. Maybe you get a pink to 3. Throw in an auto. But you don't have to. You can have a successful auto-less product in Bowman. You can. But this ain't it. So my advice is not to buy Bowman X until it's been out on the secondary market for a little while, and then buy it up if you enjoy it, because then the prices will be where they should be. Mitch Keller auto, and Nick Senzel. That's a nice card. But if you're asking my advice as a friend, do not buy Bowman X right now. Don't do it. There's 5 huge mistakes with the product, and 4 is insurmountable. So, you know, the 1, 2, 3, and 5, you can get around those. But 4, there's no excuse for it. It's absolutely a huge mistake. Whoever they spoke to, they should never ask their opinion again. I don't know how else to say it. They should have asked me. You know what I mean? If they had asked me, the product checklist would have looked so much different, and it would be a lot more successful. And you know what? I would give them that advice for free. They don't have to give me a box of Bowman X. They don't have to, you know. But it's a mistake. What they've done is a mistake. Now, maybe the concept is good. Maybe. But it's not a new concept. So we'll see. Bowman Mega at 34, it's kind of where it's sitting right now. It might be an investment for the future, but it's not a big investment. Chris Paddock, you know, those would probably go into the $40 or $50 range eventually on their own. And then if a big card pushes them, if a big card pushes them, you know, they could really take off. But Mike Leake, 3 of 5. Trevor Richards. Oh yeah. Chrome Update's fantastic. They're supposed to be debuts because it's update. You know what I mean? Ray Black, orange. Yeah, definitely buy it. Justice Sheffield. You know, worst case scenario, you can flip it to blowout if you want to. What's up, Corbin? Yeah, I think Topps Chrome Update's a buy, but it's a buy and a hold. It's not a buy and immediate flip, you know. But if I can get 500 boxes of Topps Chrome Update, if I can get 500 boxes at $20 or less, I'm gonna buy all 500 of them. You know what I mean? Acuna, Rafael Devers. Yeah, definitely. In my opinion, Topps Chrome Update is the same buy it always was. You know, all the people that were, you know, booing on it, they don't understand the product. And, you know, that's perfectly fine. But they don't get it. And so that's good, though, because, you know, it'll be around a little bit more. Bowman Mega at 20 was a no-brainer. I bought a lot of it. But Bowman Mega at 34, there's not. I mean, I think it is a future. You'll make money in the future on it, but no, I didn't. Oh, maybe I did. Kyle Tucker. So that's our 5th Kyle Tucker card, and it's an auto. And probably these 5 cards get her all her money back on her 26 spots, and everything else is gravy. Probably. I don't know exactly, but it's awful close. It's like the other person knew. Yonder Alonso. That's a nice hit. Acuna, how many of those have we hit now? Quite a few. Card Markets has the Acuna spot. I haven't been to a Mike Montgomery. You know, the Austin Riley spot has actually been huge too. Who has Austin Riley? That's like 4 or 5 of him too. Chris Shaw. I know somebody's got that spot. Of course, somebody's got every spot, but you know what I mean. All right, guys. 16 boxes remaining. 16 boxes left. Yeah, that's pretty good. I bought a lot of Megas and I bought a lot of Topps Chrome Update from last year. I still have maybe 100 boxes of Topps Chrome Update, and I paid probably an average of under 20 Astudillo per box, and now they're going for like 80, you know. So that was definitely a pretty decent win. And then I was into Bowman Megas at about 20, sometimes 25 if I bought them from below 25. And, you know, they're about 40 now. So 15 out of 25, Danny Duffy. So I did pretty good there, too. Yeah. I knew he pulled one of the big cards. Dakota Hudson out of the silver packs, right? Who didn't pay? Oh, I didn't pay 7. Okay. Chris Paddock. Jacob Nix again. Old doggy door Nix. I would sell it for that. Justin Verlander. He pitches tomorrow, right? Verlander? In the old days, I used to break all night long. I'd start around 10, 9 or 10, and I would break until 6, 7 in the morning.
Jeez.
Josh Rogers, Nick Markakis.
What?
17. Yeah, that's a good price. And with all the coupons and stuff they put out, Taylor Ward, you know, they put out a lot of coupons. And it'll probably sit on Topps or on Target.com for a while. Especially with people naysaying about it. Which I'm very happy about. Chris Owings. 13 out of 25, Chris Bryant. All right, guys, 14 boxes remaining, and then we're gonna go to Topps Jumbo. Hold on a second, I gotta make room in this trash can. Whew. Too old for that. I wouldn't touch Topps Holiday, honestly. I think Topps Holiday is a fun break, but I don't think it's a hold. I mean, people kind of went Acuna crazy, and that's why 18 Holiday kind of took off. But personally, I don't think Holiday's where I would. Wow, man down. Holiday's not where I would spend my money, you know. I'd rather not have the flu shot. Manny Machado to 10, 8 of 10. Ah, another Kikuchi. That's 2 Kikuchi autos. He's pretty rare, his auto. Kevin Pillar. Maikel Franco. Chris Paddock. Look at that, a third. So he's got almost $1,000 just in base cards. You imagine spending $14 and getting 1,000? Transcendent's always fun. It is, man. Transcendent's a fun break. I've only been putting up the big money breaks though right now. I'll put up the cheaper ones later, but Blood's really trying to get me to fill a Topps Star Wars Stellar break, but I told him, man, don't buy Stellar. Stay away. Stellar's a mistake, but you know, they really got to buy, you know, some of everything, you know what I mean? So they kind of got stuck with it. And I can't move it, you know, I can't move it. I don't know. I know a lot of people talk about last year's update and this year's series too, but I don't know. I really wouldn't spend too much money on it. Carter Kieboom, unless you're just gonna hold it sealed. Jeff McNeil. Yeah, cool, man. If you're gonna hold it sealed, Tuki Toussaint, then yeah, but I wouldn't buy it to open, personally. Brian McCann, 20 out of 25. Reese McGuire auto. Rowdy Tellez. Lourdes. Ohtani. Might be our first Ohtani. He's got 2 different cards. That's card 250. Got a card as a pitcher and a card as a batter. Two Vladdy rookies. That's pretty cool. Mike Trout. Urias. Ryan Braun, he cheats. Vizcaíno, 25 out of 25. Kevin Kramer, Kyle Seager. Kikuchi rookie. Go with his 2 autos. Max. All right, guys. So what do we got left? We got 11 boxes left. 11 boxes to go. Normally I'm faster than this, but I guess I've been bullshitting too much. Garrett Cole's a monster. Reese Hoskins, definitely a cheater though because he beat us. But Ryan Braun's a cheater because he actually cheated. Garrett Cole's just a cheater because he beat the Rays, not because he actually cheats. You know. Seattle, Safeco Field, 1 of 25. eBay 1 of 1. Tukey 2-cent auto. Josh James. Oh, there he is. That's our first Eloy Jimenez base card. We hit his auto, though. So we did hit base of all 4. Some better than others. Right? Yeah, right. Mike Trout. Mookie Betts. Severino. And Ozzy Albies. All right, so 10 boxes, guys. 10 boxes. We hadn't hit your guy yet. You got to get him now. Look at that. When it rains, it pours. No Eloy through 40 boxes, and then bam, back to back. So his base card's like $165, and then his autos, you know, a couple hundred. So that $14 spot's worth $500. The guy with that spot's made, you know, $330 in 2 boxes. And sometimes I do this and they don't hit. You know what I mean? Crazy. Crazy. As my little girl would say, craziness. Wilson Ramos, 5 of 25. Oh, shit. Okay, so in... Yeah. So in the last, I don't know, 5 packs, the Eloy Jimenez spot has gone up over $500. Just in a couple packs. So instead of having 1 card, now they've got 4. Just like that. Bam, bam, bam. I could open 100 boxes and not hit an Eloy auto. Alex Avila. Kobe's bringing y'all luck. Whit Merrifield. Cody Bellinger. Dansby Swanson. Lorenzo King. Miraki. Colin Morant. There's a Keston. I think that's our first Keston. Don't just stand there, Buster Posey. So it's like a $70 base card. Keston Hira. Yeah, I'll be doing more Sapphire. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. Oh. You're welcome, David. Jeez.
So that's 5 cards now. That's a lot. That's a lot. So from 1 to 5 with 2 autos. That's crazy. I think that's 2 base in this box. Keep that train rolling. Probably gonna have color over here. Cole Stewart. Auto. Ryan Zimmerman. Alex Avila. We did that one time, but we did it with Tatis, where it just hit him over and over and over. Garrett Hampson, 7 of 10. All right, guys, 8 boxes to go. 8 more Eloy Jimenez. 8 more Jimenez on the way. He said, what, no color? I'm not sure I've ever hit any Eloy color, to be honest with you. I think all the autos have been base, too, now that I think about it. Another Austin Riley. That's a lot of Austin Riley. And that's our 3rd colored city. 19 of 25, Chicago Cubs, Wrigley Field. And another Austin Riley. He said a lot. Austin Riley spots definitely paid off. Jose Abreu. Brandon Lau. That's another spot that's done well. Couple color, couple base. You know, not Eloy Jimenez well, but well. Taylor Ward, rookie. Nick Senzel. Brendan Rodgers and Nick Senzel. Both those spots have done well. Altuve. So during the summer, the boys will be, you know, in that back room just playing Fortnite, or over the weekend, or you know. Tyler Glass now, and they'll be here all night while I break. 5 of 5, and then I'll take them. I take them to breakfast, and then we go home. You know.
They love that.
Oh yeah, there's nothing. It's crazy town.
And then you do this every night?
Almost. I mean, the way I look at it, make money while money's there to be made. You know. So sometimes I have to force myself to take a day or 2 off, spend time with the kids, you know, because if I can, I'll work every single day. You know, and I come into work at 8 a.m. I take the kids to school. Sometimes I buy them McDonald's, but I take them to school, and then I come to work, and then I'm at work all day until now. I mean, I came in today at 8 a.m.
And you do this purchase or?
No, I've been sorting and packaging because what happened is I broke so much and then I fired everybody. I don't have enough people to package and ship.
Mm-hmm.
So we're behind. Not crazy behind, but we're behind. And I need, oh my gosh. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's about an $800 card. Well, this has been a really, really, really good break. I mean, sometimes I'll do this break and there'll be 3 cards in these cases. But look how many there are.
That's crazy.
Literally crapping out Eloy's. That's funny. How about Alonzo's? How am I doing with those? Because I think this is number 4. That's insane.
There's 6 more to go.
Oh no, we got kicked. Okay, we're back. Whew. We got kicked there for a second. Did you see that? See, I'm recording locally on my hard drive. And I'm live streaming. So, and sometimes we'll go off like we did, but we're back. But look, we're off again. Now we're back. So it's just jumping around. They're probably doing some work on the system or something like that. As long as we don't go off permanently, it's not a big deal. But sometimes we do. You know, I'll be breaking and then all of a sudden, bam, I'm gone.
Oh, no.
But if that happens, I'll finish the box because I'm recording locally, and then I'll upload that video. You know what I mean?
And
It just
wait until it comes
Yep.
back and
Yep, and usually it comes back within a couple minutes. Sometimes, you know, they're like, you call them and they're like, yeah, we're maybe 7 a.m. or something like that. And when that happens, I use my phone and I post on the thread that, you know, I'll see you guys in the morning because there's nothing, you know, they get disappointed, but they get it. There's nothing I can do about it. Especially when you break at night, that's their big time to do repairs and maintenance, and they don't tell you in advance, you know, because they figure, you know, 99% of their clientele's asleep. Nanny. And you're a New York fan too, but is it the Mets you're a fan of? I know you're a New York Rangers fan. Aguilar, I'm almost done though. It's just 6 boxes counting the one I'm doing right now. Oh, we hit a super. I love hitting supers. So this is a 1 of 1, and this is a superfractor. Isn't that cool?
So
The red's to 5, purple's to 10, orange is to 25. The green auto's to 50, but this is called a superfractor. And this is a 1 of 1. I love them. They're my favorite thing to pull. This is, you know, it's Corey Nebel, so it's probably, I don't know, maybe a $50 card, but it's my favorite hit of the night.
out of all those.
Yeah. One of them. Now, some of them, you know, go for a couple hundred, and if we hit the superfractor of one of these guys, we're talking thousands. The most valuable card I've ever hit was a $100,000 card. One piece of cardboard, $100,000. Giannis.
Giannis?
Yeah. I hit a rookie of him from his rookie season that year, and it had his NBA logoman patch from his uniform on the card, and it was a 1 of 1 like that, not the same exact design, but based the same principle, and it had his autograph, and it's 100. I mean, it's actually 100's probably low. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so, and I hit an Ezekiel Elliott card worth about 20 grand.
Oh my god. Your reaction when you got it.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty big.
Yes.
No, and you know, the guy that got it, he wasn't worried because the break before that, I hit a Giannis 1 of 1 logoman without an auto, which was like, you know, $15,000. So I had just shipped that one and they got it. So when I pulled that, he was like, okay, cool. Cause I had only been breaking a couple of years. You know, you pull a card like that, some of your breakers are just like, see you. You know, but I shipped it. I express mailed it the next day, and then he posted it up on the forum for sale. Yeah. So that's why I'm still here breaking today, is because, you know, that happened. So if I can ship $100,000 card, then when a guy hits an $800 card or $1,000 or a couple thousand, he's not worried about me packing my bags. You know what I mean? Jake Cave. That really helped. What had happened originally is I hit a card, couple grand, maybe like $5,000, back when that was a huge hit, and I shipped it next day, and he posted on the forum that he got it, and so that was able to, you know, that helped build my reputation early on as somebody that does two things: hits big cards and ships them right away. Right. You know what I mean? Oh, does he? That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. The guy that bought all those spots, he has that superfractor. Is that the lady? No? You can step out if you got to. It's no big deal. I can handle this by myself. I got it.
I don't want to take the luck away.
5 boxes left. 5 boxes left. Yeah, right? Supers always sell. They sure do. Right. Corbin Burns. Max Scherzer. Max. Brad Keller. Dawo Lugo. Dawo Lugo auto. Travis Shaw, 2 of 10. He said, my Eloy magnet must stay put. Josh Bell. Cody Bellinger. He's probably your MVP, right? Some people were saying Tony Two Bags, Anthony Rendon, but I don't think he's going to be MVP. Josh James. Easy there, Salazar. Enrique Hernandez to 25. 24 out of 25. Another Kikuchi with his 2 autos. That spot's done really well. Candelario. All right, guys. 3 boxes remaining. Just 3 boxes left. Andujar. I hit a superfractor the other day for a guy. It was probably a $20,000 card. The same this kind of card, but with an auto of a bigger name. And I hit it for him. I mean, it's easily a $10,000 card, probably a $20,000 card. And I shipped it to him, and it arrived on a Saturday, and he was out with the family, didn't pick it up. So I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Jose Abreu.
Yeah, so there's been people that open up these cards, see that it's worth a lot, and they'll end it and take the card.
Yeah, yeah. Or they'll try to all right, so like one guy, see, this is called a redemption, this right here. And this is a red auto of Nick Senzel, which is a nice hit, reds to 5. And so what they'll do, right, is they'll be going through and they'll see it, right, and they'll do like this, and they'll look and see what it is, and then they'll just.
Oh my gosh.
There's a guy who did. There's a bunch of famous videos of people who did stuff like that.
But they end up losing in the long run.
Yeah, they lose in the long run, but they're not smart. So, you know, shady people do shade. Dirt begets dirt, you know. So, I mean, they're just that. That's who they are. That's everything that they, you know. Kevin Kramer. That's why in order to do this job, you've just got to have integrity, because this is a good job for, you know, a decade for me. And, you know, you get to open baseball cards for a living. You know what I mean? I mean, who gets to do that? 3 of 25. You know, I've been to the All-Star game for Topps, and I've opened baseball cards for Topps at the All-Star game. You know what I mean? The Topps is a company that put this out.
Gotcha.
So, you know, because of this job, I got to take Teaspoon to the World Series, even though he didn't like it. You know, I got to take, because of this job, I got to take all 3 boys to WrestleMania, meet Big Show. You know what I mean? Yeah, Brandon Cooks to 99. That's one of the famous videos where a guy stole a card. You know, he basically hid it in his hand like an idiot and then stole it.
Oh, Brandon Cooks?
No, that's who he said. Like okay, so this is Brandon Cooks to 99, and this is the big hit, right? So he did like this. And here's your hit, Brandon Cooks to 99. Brandon Cooks to 99. And then another guy was like, I don't even know what this is, and threw it off to the side without showing it to the camera.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot of slime balls out there, you know, just like in everything. There's a certain percentage of scumbags. But Ryan Yarbrough, 1 of 10 eBay would have won. Ty Buttry, Christian Yelich. I do a lot of fundraisers in Leonice's name, but I don't tell, you know, like her mom's side of the family because, you know. Right. So I do a lot of that kind of on the down low. So you'll see a bunch of it if you work with me, because you know. But we've raised probably all told since I built the charity and put it on the Children's Hospital website, we've raised like $25,000. But all told, since she passed, we probably raised 30 or 40 grand for the hospital. But I can't tell them that. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. The first time I did it, I told, and I was like, hey, you know, I did a donation for $500 in her name. And the response was, well, how do we get it? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, you know, if it's in her name, how do we get it? And I was like, you don't get it. That's the point. And that was, you know, I was like, nope. Acuna, Justice Sheffield, and that's why we didn't do the big charity thing we were going to do. You know, with like a race and all that. We couldn't do it. Not because we didn't want to, but because, you know. So I just money can do. I just raise money quietly and just send it straight to the hospital. I don't even touch it. Like, I don't let it touch my hands. I just it goes from the donor to the hospital in her name. I don't even like want to have any contact with it, you know. Justice Sheffield, because I don't want anybody to ever say, oh, he's skimming or anything like that. This way it's not even possible. Right. You know. Right. Justice Sheffield just makes me feel, you know, better about it. All right, guys, these are our last packs. 3 packs left. It was a crazy break. It was a really good break. Brendan Rodgers, he hit a lot. Brendan Rodgers hit a lot. This is probably our last color. Well, I guess we could have had a different guy. 1 of 5, Felipe Vasquez, who will never pitch in the major leagues ever again. Chance Adams. All right, so let's do a recap. Are you ready? All right. I'd like to set aside a couple guys like Brendan Rodgers, a couple of the guys that I think we hit a lot of. So, for instance, Brendan Rodgers, Acuna, Justice Sheffield, Brandon Lau, Brendan Rodgers, Kikuchi, Otani pitching, Glaber, Brendan Rodgers, Nick Senzel, Austin Riley, Keston, Kikuchi, Otani batting, Jeff McNeil, Carter Kaiboom, Chris Paddock, Glaber, Chris Paddock, Tortuga, Austin Riley, Acuna, Justice Sheffield, Chris Paddock, Nick Senzel, Austin Riley, Acuna, Nick Senzel, Brendan Rodgers, Austin Riley, Acuna, Brendan Lau, Glaber, Kyle Tucker, Juan Soto, Carter Kaiboom, Kyle Tucker, Juan Soto, Brendan Lau, Kyle Tucker, Carter Kaiboom, Juan Soto, Chris Paddock, Glaber, Austin Riley, Brendan Rodgers, Nick Senzel, Kyle Tucker, Juan Soto, Brendan Rodgers, Brandon Lau, and Kikuchi. That was incredible. That was a great break for those guys. But look at this. For Austin Riley, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base cards. No autos, but if those base are approximately $50, that was a good spot. Acuna, which I don't think is that much, but we hit 5 of him as well, which is fantastic. But look at this, Brendan Rodgers. 2, 4, 6 cards. The average is 2, and he got 6. Okay, so here's your color. Oranges to 25, purples to 10, and reds to 5. And this was the last hit we got. Sorry. 1 of 5 for Vasquez. Yarbrough, Lester, Enrique Hernandez, Travis Shaw, Howie Kendrick, Tyler Glasnow, red, 5 of 5. Chicago Cubs. Garrett Hampson, Wilson Ramos, Seattle Mariners, Vizcaíno, Brian McCann, Manny Machado, Chris Owings, Matt Duffy, Danny Duffy, sorry, Mike Montgomery, forehead leak, 3 of 5. When he was a rookie, he stole a bunch of clothes and got busted for it. Idiot. It's like he just cashed his check too. He had all this money in his pocket. Kyle Freeland, Dexter Fowler, Elias. That was a long time ago though. It's like 10 years ago. I think he's probably grown since then. Miller Park, Danny Salazar, Jacoby Jones, Eric Lauer, J.D. Martinez, card at 23. Malek Smith, 3 of 5. J.A. Happ, Marcel Ozuna, Framber Valdez, Ryan Yarbrough, Marcel Ozuna, Steve Pierce, Kurt Suzuki, John Gant, Caleb Joseph, Alex Wood, Ryan McMahon, 5 of 5. Sam Dyson, Addison Reed, Shin-Soo Choo, Andrew Miller, Daniel Norris, Dodger Stadium, and Ryan Bronzer cheats a lot. What is up with that guy? We didn't hit a ton of colored autos. We hit some colored autos, but not a ton of them. Looks like a purple and 2 greens and 2 orange. I guess that's not bad. Justice Sheffield, that's a pretty good one though. Ty Buttry, Kevin Kramer, Josh James, Dawo Lugo, Jake Cave, Brendan Lau, Cole Stewart, Tuki 2 Cent, Kevin Kramer, Reese McGuire, Kikuchi. It's a nice auto. Taylor Ward, Dakota Hudson, Kyle Tucker. Ray Black to 25, Mitch Keller, Steven Gonsalves to 25, Kobe Allard, Tortuga. Carter Kaiboom, Brad Keller to 10, Nick Shufo, he's a Ray. Bryce Wilson, Brad Keller, DJ Stewart, Kikuchi. Carter Kaiboom, Brendan Lau to 50. That's 3 really good autos. Miles Straw, Rowdy Tellez, Steven Gonsalves, Cedric Mullins, Taylor Ward, Ray Black, Chris Shaw, Kevin Kramer, and Shufo to 50. That's a nice card. All right, then we hit these. Got a superfractor, Corey Nebel. Remember when we were calling him Evil Knebel? And then Topps used it because they cheat and steal my cool ideas. Pete Alonso. What do you like about that? That's a nice card. Eloy Jimenez. He's got some brothers. Eloy Jimenez. He's got more brothers. Eloy Jimenez. They're still coming. Dad was a prolific. Eloy Jimenez. Pete Alonso. Eloy Jimenez. Pete Alonso. And not to be left out, Fernando Tatis and Vladdy Guerrero. Hey, very nice. That was a nice break. A crazy break, but a nice crazy break. All right, guys, I'm gonna save your video. I'm actually gonna go off. I'm actually gonna go off for a minute so that we can set up. I gotta take out this trash, move this box, take a couple pictures, and then we'll be live again in just a couple minutes for Jumbo. Watch the thread though, or just watch my YouTube. But we will be live with the Jumbo breaks in just a couple minutes. Thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate it. Hope you had fun. It was a great break. All right, thank you very much, guys, and see you. I don't know, 5 minutes ish. Okay. All right. Thanks. Bye.